Hey guys, it's March 27th, 2010. Let's see. Plenty of stuff to talk about, I suppose. I kind of ended my last video with hints that I bought something rather expensive, and that hasn't changed. I bought a PlayStation 3 on a whim, along with a high-def monitor and a couple speakers and a cell phone. I've bought a lot of things, and it's all pretty cheap over here, so I haven't really even made any major dents in my bank account yet. So it's kind of frightening how cheap a lot of the stuff here is. So yeah, yeah, I've been busy. Um, Visited a place called Yongsan, which is in Seoul, the capital. It's pretty much a gigantic techno mart, and they have anything electronic that you could ever want to find. I went through the first floor. This thing's broken up in maybe 8 or 9 floors. First floor, nothing but camcorders and cameras. Absolutely nothing else. Each booth has more cameras than the booth before it. And then when you go up to the second floor, there are more cameras. So, more cameras and gigantic plasma TVs. They have something called canvas TVs, which are as thin as, let's see, maybe about that thin, and are about 52 inches across. Just huge, huge. They look like they really do look like they could be, portraits or paintings or something that you put on a wall, but they're high def televisions. Those are expensive, relatively. I think I saw one for about what would equate to about $2,000 US money, which is a lot in Korean, it's about 200,000 won or something. I can't remember. I'm very tired. I made the mistake of playing video games until 6 in the morning today. Then one of my fellow teachers and I, a guy named Jacob, we went to Seoul. Let's see, we visited this one section of Seoul, and Seoul's really big, so I can't remember all the names of all the sections, but it's kind of like where you can buy souvenirs and stuff. Pretty much, it's a long road made up of tourist trap junk, Korean souvenirs that were made in China, things of that nature. And we looked around there for a little while. The selection is vast, but it's all stuff that you'd expect to see in a tourist town, like cheap little baubles and beads, wooden bows and arrows with suction cups, fans that will probably break apart if you use them once, vases, pottery, little statues, things of that nature. Saw a folk band, a traditional folk band playing when I was there. That was really neat. Lots of percussion. Colorful clothing, danced a lot. They seemed to be having a good time. I saw the monument they made when declaring their independence from Japan, and tried to snap a couple pictures of that with my cell phone. Saw a large pagoda statue that was next to that. It was like encased in a large glass building. The thing was maybe 3 or 4 stories tall, and it was all encased in this big glass building that they'd set up around it to protect it from, like vandalism, I guess. Tried to snap some pictures of that, but I think the glare off the glass was just too bad. Um, we went to the Imperial Palace that is in Seoul. It's right next to the Korean version of the White House, their government building. Sadly, we got there just as the last tour was ending, so I really didn't get to go inside. But I got to travel around the grounds and take some pictures and look at some of the designs and stuff on the building and on the statuary, and it's really neat. It's a really nice place, and I'd really like to go back there when it's open. But we did that. We ate at an Italian restaurant, which was nice because there's only so much of one ethnicity of food that a person can eat before they feel like they're going to rip out their hair. So I finally had a meal that was pasta and cheese and, meat and bread, and there was no kimchi in it at all. And I ate my fill and then some, and felt pretty good. So I'll have to remember that if I really need a break from all the, too Korean food, to go to Seoul more often and check out some of the restaurants up there. Let's see, we visited I guess the best way to describe it is like a toy or action figure museum. Uh, for the most part, a person who collects more action figures and toys than they rightly should puts all of them under glass and then charges people like $2 to see them all. So, maybe it was a waste of $2, maybe not. I thought it was interesting. They had some unique things. Very large statues of different comic book heroes and things of that nature. Um, but yeah, it's pretty much if a super geek, super sci-fi comic book geek took their entire collection of stuff, put it on display, and then started charging people to walk through and look at it. I guess that's entrepreneurship for you. Finding a good idea anywhere. Um, hmm. Tomorrow I will be hiking with my bosses and the Korean staff and some of the other teachers from here and from Pyeongtaek. We'll be hiking up a very small mountain at the behest of our beloved boss leader man, Mr. Park, or Mr. Gill. I don't know, they both seem to be the boss, but one of them is more the boss than the other. I can never remember which one has a little bit more leeway, a little bit more power. But yeah, so I have to wake up at the crack of 8 in order to get ready and be at the train station at 9, and then from that station to another station, and then we leave from that station at 10. And I'm not even entirely sure where this mountain is. All I know is that we're supposed to up and scale it, and I don't know, maybe drink once we get to the top. I'm not quite sure what the standard operating procedure for hiking up a mountain is, but that should be interesting. Should be challenging, and hopefully I survive to tell you about it later. So, as always, I love you guys, I miss you guys, and I'll try and make sure that I have another video up sometime soon. So, love you guys. Bye.